Hey guys, it's Shralper. Want to do a quick walkthrough of how I got into the gaming industry. Before I worked in the gaming industry, I was a cook. I worked at several restaurants around my town. Um, Growing up, played a lot of video games, loved video games. And what really got me into video games, believe it or not, I was dumping the trash for my mom in the dumpsters at our condominium complex. And I saw this in the trash when I went to throw the trash in. And I couldn't believe it. You know, I took it out. This was mid 70s. And I took this back to my room. I couldn't get it to work. So I took it apart. You know, kids love taking things apart. I saw there was a lot of wires disconnected and cut. And I just used some electrical tape, got all the wires together, put everything back where it should go, reassembled it, and it worked. And yeah, that's really what got me going in video games. Also did some telemarketing before I got into the gaming industry, basically working in a boiler room. That's how I got kind of my sales skills, was doing that. Other than that, I was a cook. I was going to school at UCLA Extension for computer graphics and graphic design. You know, I wanted to make video games when I was younger, and those were the closest courses I could find to video game development. There just weren't really courses that I could find on how to make video games. Anyways, where I used to buy my video games when I was a kid was a little import video game store called Game Fever in Westwood, California. I loved buying import games. I wanted to get the games first. One day I went in and the owner, Nathan, said, "Hey, I've got a job for you." And he wouldn't really tell me what it was. He didn't tell me anything about it. He just said, "Hey, send your resume to this place and I think you'll be happy." Anyways, at that time, my resume consisted of cooking here, cooking, you know, at this place, cooking at Point Pizza, managing a pizza place. You know, again, didn't know what it was about. My hobbies were video games, right? And that was what was on my resume. Anyways, I got a call back from the place after sending in my resume. I walked in the next day. They called me in and thought I died and went to heaven. I mean, it was literally video games everywhere. And it happened to be a video game distributor called Electrosource. It's funny, at that time, I didn't even realize there was video game distribution. I would just assume that Toys R Us and Circuit City and, you know, GameStop and all these companies were getting their games directly from the publishers or from Nintendo, Sony, Sega, whomever. But no, there was a middleman where the distribution would happen, and they had a warehouse filled with all the hardware. I'll never forget this day. Look at all those Nintendo 64s and PlayStation 1s. All the video games, and yeah, I was started in sales. There I am, selling some video games. And that will slowly turn into how I started developing and designing licensed third-party video game accessories, which I will tell later on in my story. Here's a little quick sneak peek of products that I developed. This is so funny. Look at this small booth. These are the products that I developed. This was at an early E3 or CES and one of the first third-party licensed accessory booths in gaming. Thanks for watching.